Okay, so first things I want to talk about on this meeting, and Tracy and I are probably just going to make an executive decision at this point, is not everyone is able to log in and they seem to be struggling with the Google Sheets. Do we
Okay.
want to, you are the only one who's had time, but I don't think it was just time. At first it was time, and then it became Shannon couldn't get onto it. I think Tammy maybe was having problems. I know Heather has not even probably looked at it. She's probably been just busy. So
Okay.
I don't I'm okay with making like I liked the idea of sheets, but I need something that's going to be more productive at this point too. So do you think we should
Right.
just go back to me making some different posts in the director's page and just saying please comment below, edit it
That
even?
sounds fine.
Just edit I mean, because if everybody's an admin, they can also edit a post, right?
And add their own comments in there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if you're okay with
I mean,
that,
I'm fine with that.
yeah, I might try that for now because I really need people to I'm not asking much and I need it to get done. Do you know what I mean? Like I need us to get on the same
Yep.
page. Like we've been dragging out this whole like lineage page focus basically for a while
All
now.
summer.
Yeah, and I'm not no fault of anybody's. I'm not mad or anything like
No,
that.
it's just been
We got
right.
to get
No,
some,
it's just been
yeah. And at
yeah.
this point, I literally need everybody to just fill that, you know what I mean? Like I need to pull that from the sheets, put it in director's page and say, please give me your feedback and what you want to sign up for. Like, so I don't want to get back into that because you guys made that list already. It was, it looked good. Well, that was the customer group, right? No, was the lineage
It
page
was
on there
about
too?
right. It was about the 30 Wonderful. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to make you and I just sit down right now with the lineage page. I'm going to list just all the things that I've either done or that we've talked about wanting to do for the actual lineage page. And again, I'm just going to ask
Yeah.
everybody's feedback. Like, I'm just going to say, is this part important? Why or why not? Would you be willing to help with it? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I might even make a series of
Yeah.
questions if that makes it easier too. I can do that
Sure.
because I've already kind of been making that list. Okay, so as long as that's cool, that's our executive. You and I were the only one participating in it, so I think if we're fine doing it this way, I
Right.
think everybody else
Yeah,
is
Tammy
gonna.
just said she's going to bed, and then
Okay,
Heather and Shannon said they weren't going to be able to
yep.
be here, and it sounded like Gresha was driving. So,
Okay, well, I'll try to make it so we're not super long. I just have some ideas and some things I wanted to bounce off. And again, I can make posts about this. I just hope everybody will kind of participate. So I don't know. So I'll start with this. I don't know if you saw already um, that I was doing some themes once a week. Um, I would like to continue to kind of push that with our teams, but I'll tell you what it's going to go alongside of. And I am not saying they have to do the themes in the order that I do them, or you guys or anything, but I want to try to get them to focus on something a week or something every 2 weeks, whatever works for them. But I want them to see that there's just enough things right now. There's not only is there trying to get them to fall launch, because let's be honest, the majority of them have not done that. Halloween sale, Christmas things, like you saw, I know you saw my list. There's cancer. It's October cancer awareness,
yeah.
thankful coming up and Thanksgiving, right? Like there's enough things that it just like I can't be just me, you and I that like this. You know what I mean? Like for me, when I
Right.
pick a theme, it just gives me something for myself to rally around. So anyway, so I want to keep
It's
pushing that.
fun.
Right.
Right. But it increases
And
that
it's
fun
fun.
part.
Yes. So next up, we had a really productive meeting. The last time I met, I might have told you guys it wasn't as productive. So I'm in this new group. I think I've kind of alluded to that. Honestly, is a lot of what used to be SEDs. There's a few of them that are still SEDs, still NEDs, but like for instance, JP is in there, Cherie is in there, Jennifer Westy is in there, Kelly Ricketts. Like it's like the peeps, right? That have been around forever. And then there's a few of us that we like to call ourselves like the newer EDs because we're like 10-year as opposed to like their
So,
15-year or their, you know what I mean? Like
oh, there you go.
so,
The OGs and the
right.
new OGs or the OGs.
So we've really been trying to be productive lately, which has been a nice bonus because that's not always the case. Sometimes that group just tends to be mad. and rightfully so, but you know, sometimes it's, you know, we got, all right, what are we gonna do now, right? And so JP's been on fire with and she started this idea and we just collectively came into like a lot of stuff. And so this is what I want to talk about that you're going to see me rallying around is pink for October. So it started off with JP saying like she is going to go back to focusing on this month getting as many people to hit the $1,000 party. So if you didn't see, I started making little tips like you want this, right? Like you want this free rolling suitcase and this free whatever that, forget what it's called, but the little combo, the cotton candy
Right. The
paint for the
deluxe travel tote.
yep, for the $1,000 party. On top of it, we were like,
Right.
it's Cancer Awareness Month, pink. We were like, so we're just gonna blow up pink, you know, as a theme for fun to go alongside of it. October, you know, like play off. You can see 31's kind of doing it too. It's our 20th anniversary, like it's the actual birthday month. It's, you know, they've always said October. So playing off of that if you want. So what I need for this, and I have a few ideas, is I'm going to continue right now with the daily tips. I may or may not end up putting them in an event. I'm still kind of or guides. I haven't gotten that far yet. For right now, I'm just posting in the group. I may double post them and throw them in an event, or I may move them to a guide. I'm gonna decide that within this week basically. But what I need help with the most is how to get them to the $1,000 party. So I'm starting with the basics right now of like, have you done your fall launch? I reminded them there's holiday sale or there's holiday items now and Halloween sale. But I want to make sure that they know how to do like, I don't know, there's if it's a boo shuffle or it's, you know, whatever the pumpkin, we came up with pumpkin. We were like pink pumpkin something. I mean,
Oh, that's cute.
something nobody's done the graphics yet, but like the point being is that, right? Like
Yeah.
other ideas were the raffles, obviously, bulk ordering to your own home porch pickup. So I need help coming up with as many things for their own personal $1,000 sales because we're really not that we're not pushing bookings, but we're really pushing them just getting that pink set themselves, right? And hopefully they catch
Right.
on that they want other hosts to get them. So I'll make a post about that, you know, anything and everything that you guys see out there graphic wise, how to get extra orders. You know, I'll probably talk about making your own, having your own, the wording I want to use. The bags you use all the time, the bags that we so like for me, it's my grocery set and my, what do we call those? Like
Our solution sets.
yeah, like our own personal solutions, but like solution set wasn't what I was trying, my own, I don't
Like
know.
our go-tos.
Yeah, but like I was trying to think of there was like a word or something we used to describe it. It's not coming to my head. But you get what I'm saying. Yes. The point being is like use what you yeah, like and remind them, even if it's not the current prints, right? But like if you're using your freaking large utility tote and a zipper pouch or your large utility tote and a thermal, like sell the Bajitas out of those. Like, you know, like focus on that for a week with your theme. Right? Like
Yeah.
so things like that, those have got to be hot and heavy sooner than later so that they've got time to do them because Lord knows they're not going to wake up to this. Like, I'm going to make all these posts and it's going to be Pink Magic Week at the end of the month that they're going to go try to do them all.
Right. Yes.
So, with that said, though, that's why I want to rally around also us helping each other with emails to them and project broadcasts to them and personal messages. Like, we've got to make this. I'm really trying not to do a giveaway, if I'm being super honest. Like, I just would really like, I will if we have to. Like, we can revisit that if we feel in a couple of weeks that we're like, nobody's just really doing anything. Then we can pull out the scavenger hunt, the something extra. If you hit the $1,000, I'm trying to just get them to want to freaking do it, to be honest. Like, I just can't, you know.
Yes.
For now, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's the message that like the message you sent yesterday that said something about I'm just sharing some first of the month things.
Yep.
I sent that to my team today and I had 3 people respond out of my 19. Kathy Reichert she's got 5 more parties this month, 2 of
She's
them in person.
She's
blowing up. Yep.
Well, I picked her. She's
Yep.
the only one that did her homework from the last giveaway I did. The only person.
I think all of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I
absolutely
was giving away. That's just it. It didn't work. Happy Mail didn't work. It worked for her. Yay. But I literally said, anyone who does this is getting Happy Mail from me. And she is the only person. Like, so clearly Happy Mail's not going to work. And I asked you to do 4 things. Like, I literally asked you to go comment on my posts and then screenshot me that you did the work. Like, it was like nothing. You didn't have to do anything. So anyways, yay. I'm glad it is working for her.
Yep.
Are you taking
She's
notes?
Excited.
Are you taking notes, by the way?
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Okay. Will you add to it then a couple of things? Thank you. And you don't even have to type them up. If you'll just take pictures and send it to me, I know your handwriting is good. So a couple of things that I want to make sure, besides just emails and texting, is tagging. I'm noticing that like, I don't think we need to be doing the everyone tag anymore. I think that we need to be tagging our people that we know we want to tag on the Lineage page. Like the ones that, you know what I mean? Like, I think we need to actually tag them. So right now, like, I've just been tagging you guys and my couple of top workers. There's a few more I probably need to add to the list. I need to go through and make sure I am tagging, you know, the ones that matter or the ones that maybe will wake up. Another thing that I want us to do soon, and I got to look at how to do this again, and you might know this answer already, but I guess that you can message in Project Broadcast the people who have never commented to you or that haven't in a while. And we need to do that for our team. Okay, so then if you could show the directions for that, and because that would be great, because that's people like Nadine and people have been like, yeah, I'm literally like, hey, is this the right number for you? Like doing something like that. Like, hey, this is Danielle, your 31 director. I've noticed you haven't, you know, I haven't heard from you. Like, I just want to make sure, is this really Nadine Smith, you know, or whatever. So, and Nadine said she got a bunch of answers from it, at least. Like, not a bunch, but a few, right? Like, better than nothing. So, yes. The other thing. Yeah. Okay. No, go ahead.
I watched, it was actually a Project Broadcast training.
Yep, I figured it was because I heard them all talking about it, and I'm learning Project Broadcast little by little.
I did it this summer, and I like literally, and I went through and I do not message the rest of them, and then I put them in a do not message tag.
I did a really good job of cleaning everything up. I feel really good about that now. Finally, every time someone says stop, I instantly go in and I put them in that tag for do not message, because I made a do not message tag. And I went through even and made, there's a bunch of them that they just were kicking them back. They don't ever send to them. So I even went through and just put those all in a tag and said, like, doesn't work or something like that. So every time I get, you know, a bounce back where it's just like, this is not a home, this is a home number, or this is a undeliverable or whatever. And I know it's, you know, not, it's the phone number. It's not an outage or something. So yeah, I feel really good that I have that all cleaned up. I've got my team, my downline, and I'm trying to just use the same word every time I pump it in, because I was overthinking it. And every time I had a new team, like every month I was renaming it a new team name. Like, now it's October of 23 and of this team. And I'm like, and I realized, like, oh my gosh, this is why I'm a mess. So this is like one more reason I have all these. It was awful. So that was
doing that too. And I'm like, so what freaking team? What was the last?
So I went through January. I deleted a ton of tags. I now can see all my tags in one spot, and I'm trying hard just to use those or make a new one if it needs to be, because it's a bundle or whatever. So yes.
Right.
Okay. So I'm trying to think if there was one more thing with messaging. The zeros. I think that was everything in that particular part of it. Now I want to go to, hang on. Yes, I did bring it. Hang on, because my notes that I had, a bunch of notes today that got wet. Freaking spilled shit on a bunch of stuff. So I want to go over my JP, this meeting I was talking about, and make sure that I hit all the pink things that we were talking about, and then ask everybody to kind of think about it too. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Okay. Well, originally I really wanted to do some stuff with filling the funnel also.
Okay.
I may end up, this is my notes from that. So here was all kinds of things. So this was our original meeting that we talked about. And this was actually geared more towards filling the funnel. And it was the email activity report, which that actually could be good for this. I mean, that's still a way to get your own orders, right? If we keep reminding them to do that. Making a new Frank's list. So that's another good one. Like that's a lot of them forget that. A referral program. Like what do you have? What are you doing for referrals? Are you at least asking people? Like focusing on referrals.
Right.
Okay, so we went into, okay, so this is where the old school group comes in versus sometimes I personally feel like I have to bring them back in and be like, okay, but this isn't what we're talking about. So like people started giving
Right.
their ideas of like basically cookies and catalogs and boo bags. And I'm not against those. I want to give those too. But because we this group keeps teetering and this is and we work with home office also just for the record. So like every other week we have a meeting with Cindy. And then the opposite week we have it with Angie. So like Cindy gives us stuff and kind of homework-ish, and then we get to talk to Angie about the homework and or anything we want to work on. And so kind of this like divide line, and it's not like we're really arguing. It's everybody realizing we have to hit both sides of the majority of the people that we have right now are these like you guys have been seeing me make these posts and you guys are seeing it that like they're Gen X and boomers, right? Like that is our majority of what we have. Okay. We can't forget about these people. I'm not in denial of that, right? Like we do have to still cater. There are a little 5% or our little 10%. Some of them are still working, right? But like most of them are those generations, those thought processes, they will go maybe do the cookies and catalogs. They would do catalog parties. We were talking about like we probably need to bring back catalog parties. We need Nadine's been that's another thing. Nadine, that was the other one Nadine was doing. I wanted to write down. Who has a catalog?
For helping them get to $1,000.
Yes, and not even necessarily that. This is more just like a mess. This is kind of a message that we need to do. We need to see who has catalogs. Because that's just like and then furthermore, would they want to just do some catalog parties? Who's actually taking their catalog with them to work or to the soccer game? Like who's old school still like giving some catalogs to the friends while they sit there, or you know what I mean? Like, so that was another thing. Okay, so back to what I was saying, but then there's still some of these people that are joining. We're going to call them the shoppers. We're not even going to talk about generations now. We're just going to call them the shoppers, which is what Donna is pushing, right? We'll get to Donna's in a minute too. But like we're marketing to them that they're just going to shop, right? They are not going to do cookies and catalogs. They are not going to do boo bags. They are not going to do a vendor event, right? And so I'm not against those things, but those I can think of, right? Like those we all know, like if we sit down, we all can sit and make our lists of those types of things that fill our funnel that we all did and are doing or have done. I need us to think outside the box. How do you fill your funnel from your phone? Like from your phone. What are and like I thought about it, I was like, what groups are you in? What type of like groups do you already follow? What like are you in book clubs? Are you following some healthy club people? Like have you made friends with some of them? Because they're still actually your friends now, right? Like I've just been trying to think outside the box myself. Like I don't have the answers for this, but this is where we've got to start thinking in general, let alone how to get your $1,000 and get and fill your funnel and get outside of your circle, right? Like that all like circles together. And I'm not so that's a post that I mean that's something that I really like. I feel like we just need in your downtime. Think about, right? Like scroll through your Facebook groups. What do you belong to? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have all the answers, but I do know that socially that's going to be a huge part of filling your funnel. So this list, back to what I was saying, you know, fundraisers, all of that. So it's all good stuff. I still want to give that to them. I don't want to dismiss it. Like I said, we have some people who will still do that stuff, but I still feel the gap is fulfilling the funnel and getting orders out of their circle is missing of social media, like from your phone. I don't even want to call it social media. I want to say from your phone. I want to say, how can you truly get, because you can, people are doing it every day, right? Like, okay, so that was the first meeting. That was the Angie meeting. So then we meet afterwards, a group of us, not everyone, it's close, on our own. And this is where the JP and the Pink, and so we were Pika-palooza, we were Pink-palooza. The opportunity event is obviously really, like, we've got to push opportunity events this month. I'm going to schedule those with that kit rebate. So Donna actually, so I'll go back to Donna for a minute too. And I got to post this, but if you're taking notes, this will be a reminder for me. Donna actually has a beautiful landing page that she made back in April. God love her. How to do the texting party without Project Broadcast. So like if you just take, if you're going to message 10 people, here's the steps basically. So she went live. She also went live. She also Zoomed and recorded going through her landing page.
Was this I feel like this was a training she did.
She might have. She said she did it back in April, and I was like, I missed it. Okay.
I think it was in JP's World Class Lineage.
It's very possible, because she kind of looks at me sometimes like, Danielle, I did this in April, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I've been really out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always like, yeah, I've not been in my business.
No, I know.
Right. And I think she does it too, but I think sometimes she's like, and I'm like, just point me where I gotta go. I don't need you to redo it. Just so that's going to be a huge push. So once I get through these first couple of like just doing your own launch, I'm really going to push that you're going to try something new. And here's your options. You're going to try this texting party for 10 people, and or you're going to have your own in-person party, even if you just want to meet at a restaurant with 5 friends. You know, so those 2 pushes are going to be I'm going to try to go live. I'm going to try to go live with those. I'm going to try, if I was going to do any type of prize, this is one I would maybe do a prize for. This is where I might honestly say, I'm almost willing to say automatic Happy Mail if you show me the work that you've done one of these. Bonus if you've done both. Because I need these people to try some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I need them to see. And then the idea is that, you know, that we talked about is like, so this got brought up, how Project Broadcast was kind of pushed at conference, and I'm like, and I said pushed, and some people were like, do you really think it was pushed? I said, no, I guess not. Push is maybe a strong word. I said it is something that you have to pay for. I said, and I do know that every time we have a speaker, yes, there might be a book to buy, yes, there might be a club to join, like, and a fee, but I said, I just feel like we skipped a part when we weren't really teaching how to do this texting party necessarily.
So you just said,
proper way.
Project Broadcast, and here's your discount.
I said, I think it's like Cinch Share. I said, I show my girls how to just go use Facebook Scheduler all on your own. And they either look at that and go, ooh, what's this Cinch Share? That sounds great. Or sure, I'll try it. And then they do it and then they're like, tell me about Cinch Share, because that was awful. I said, sometimes you have to do that. You have to learn. You have to see for yourself the value of something. I said, that's how people do Cinch Share. I said, I never just tell someone, here, you got to do Cinch Share to do your Facebook party. And that's what we were doing with Project Broadcast. Like, here, you have to have Project Broadcast to do this texting party. Now, mind you, I suggest you have it because it's a lot easier, but you do not have to have it. And nobody likes to hear that. And nobody wants to spend money out of the gate with their new business. Like, you just don't.
Right.
So
I tell all mine, I'm like,
I really want us to take that focus. I'd rather you wait. Yep. And yes, I really want us to take that focus, but I don't want us to forget that part either. I want us to then make sure we are saying, now here's Project Broadcast. This is what we all use. And we send way more than 10 messages. Yes. Like, I am able to send thousands of messages, literally, to get, you know, feedback. So, okay. Trying to see if there's anything else I missed. My notes are kind of everywhere. My notes don't ever look like yours.
Mine aren't fantastic. They're a little scribbly.
Mine
But
are
like,
like
you
bubble
took notes. I'm
here,
so
arrow
proud.
here, write it over here, write it in big letter. I'm that girl.
That's all right. Mine might have hearts and doodles on them sometimes too.
Pink pumpkin was our trotter. That is something that we'll wait a little bit and see if somebody makes it, but if they don't, we may need to. Penguin, not qualified, stopping the zero, talking behind the scenes. Alexa.
I like the Pinkapalooza. I wonder, was that just some kind of big old
Alexa
party?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us were just well, hers was just, it started because, I mean, like this whole group is still trying to get more Disney points in Paris, right? And Pika's for them.
I don't know that.
Alexa. It happens in every meeting I'm ever in. It happens to all of us when we talk about her.
United States, Canada, and Mexico.
Isn't it funny? I'm gonna have to tell her.
Yeah.
Talking about you in my meeting tonight, and my friend back there. I'm gonna snap a picture. I'm gonna snap a picture of me pointing at her real quick and be like, "Look, you were in my meeting and you didn't know it." So for hers, it was actually like her kind of her race to the queue. And so we were all talking about though that like, what if we just did a race to the 1,000? Some like for everyone. We were trying to come up with play on words. I don't know what we landed on, but the same type of thing of like, we need to every week be posting or whatever you're doing in your team for your stats, like really focusing on that. Like maybe instead of just posting, even for instance, that like you have $299 in sales, you post you're just $701 away from this, right? Like
I always do that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we kind of were just talking about that, like different trackers that we can do and how we can just kind of like get them wondering what we're talking about, if nothing else, because honestly, I'm okay if they read that and they don't understand what I'm talking about. Hopefully they ask, right? Hopefully
ask me.
Yeah, like what are you talking about, right? Like hopefully if they're confused because of how I read it, how I said it. We talked about straddling months. It's too late for that because we were literally doing this on like Thursday or Friday and I didn't have time to push that. But we talked about how like ideally, honestly, we wanted people to straddle parties from last month to this month so that they would have their $1,000 total party. But they either know to do that or they don't at this point. I didn't get to push that. I think that's pretty much most of the stuff. Now I'm a little behind in our messenger, so I'll go look at that too. And I'll grab, that's on my notes for myself to do, is to go to my messenger from them and grab anything that people have been doing, because there have been some graphics. I know some people posted and stuff so that we could do some different celebrations with like connected contacts. Oh, focusing on the number 20. That was another thing. I came up with that. 20 orders on average. I mean, it's actually overkill, but if you shoot for 20 orders, there's your $1,000 party, right? Like trying to get 20 orders.
Right.
And I think I might have some graphics for that already too.
Okay, that was cool. I know, like in the
I think
Monday text that you sent.
Let me go look at what Bobby sent right now, because Bobby sent these, and I think that, and I'll just kind of list them off just so you do hear what they are. Because Bobby made some great graphics already real quick. She was on it. Okay, so she called them 20th celebration. I talked about 5 favorite products, 5 favorite prints, 3 reasons I love 31, 3 benefits of consultants, October's insider special, customer special, 31 gives, message me the secret word. So those are good.
Nice.
Yeah. And then she just made like, I just had my 20th customer. Who wants to celebrate? I went live in my VIP group. I booked a party. I just did 20 connected contacts. this is her post. It says, it's our 20th anniversary and we are celebrating big, and I'll post all this stuff. Sorry, I got tickled.
You're right.
Shit's still hanging on with all of us. Like,
I'm
we're not
sure.
as miserable, but it's still just, it's a nightmare. Okay, it's our 20th anniversary and we are celebrating big and doing new things and stretching our comfort zones. That's where the magic happens. Here are a few challenges for this month. 20 connected contacts, going live in your VIP group 20 times this month. See the list of ideas to share, right?
Ooh,
20 customers.
okay.
How about 20 hostesses between now and December 31st? And she put like exclamation and question mark. What challenge are you going to rock? I'm in for all of the above. Be sure to post the graphics when you accomplish them. Okay, so then it was, oh, I think that was it. I got them all. So, I mean, and we can add too. I mean, this goes along with kind of what I was already trying to post, but this will be, you know, I might post some of these one at a time, right? Like as a challenge type of thing.
Okay.
Like I'll make the big giant post, but then I'll still break them down too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Are
you gonna put these in the lineage or in the director's
yes,
page?
I'm gonna, well, I'll put the original post idea in the lineage just so that I get everybody on the same page with this video and what we're talking about, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am going to actually post it in the lineage. This is going to be a post I'm going to do soon because she's got the graphics there. So I need to, right? Like it's an all-inclusive one for sure, but I just might repeat some of them. Like she's got this big post and I may pull some of them towards the end of the month as like, don't forget, you know, here's tip number 25 still, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like repeat of those. Okay.
I like
all
it.
right. That's everything in my notes. That's everything. I think my I'm gonna go live probably tomorrow, next day or two. I think I am gonna focus on stomping your 0, getting your first 100, getting your first 500. Instead of green by 15 because it's early enough.
Okay.
And then do green by 15. Yeah. And then do green by 15 next week. And I might pull it earlier than Friday. Like I might be off on my same day every week type of thing. I may go live, like I'm not going to go live 20 times in there because Lord knows they're not going to watch it. But I may go live a few more times in the team group this month and try to be, or in the lineage, and try to be short and sweet about it though. Like, so that it's just a quick little series that they actually know it's just a few minutes here and there. Because I'm really going to just drive them to these. I'm going to drive them to this, you know, do these, right? And maybe again, if I decide that I am going to do a giveaway, because Lord knows I do like to do giveaways, it might be at the end of that. There might be a special word at the end of these live videos or something, right? Like go do X, Y, and Z and message me this word and happy mail, or you're entered or something. I may play with something like that. And so add this, because if I do something like that, we need to message, if I do some type of giveaway and I do some type of, you know, magic word, we need to message people to go watch it. Like you need to privately be like, hey, I know there's a magic word and a giveaway that Danielle's doing, and you're not going to know if you don't go watch your live video. Like those are the type of ways that I want to do a giveaway, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? Like it's like I want them to ask questions. This is for instance how I used to get club members, right? Like I want to have that same mentality with them of like, hey, you're kind of missing out on this, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're missing out on something good. So if we can keep that in mind as a focus, I'd like to kind of try that. I mean, we might still have to just be like, blah, blah, blah. But I'd like to see if that could help.
Right. I can think of a couple people who'll be like, well, what's the magic word? Put in a little effort here.
Yep.
So yeah.
Does it sound good? Sound like fun stuff? I mean, it seems, it helps me. It helps me focus on top of it all. If I just feel like
Yeah.
we're rallying around something.
See,
So
that's my,
I was thankful for JP, kind of bringing us in to be like, hey, let's focus. Let's get back to them getting $1,000.
yeah.
Bonus if they party on top of it all, but let's empower them with this pink stuff because Lord knows majority of people love it. You know, I'm a minority there.
No, I know.
Um,
I'm struggling with it. I do like that. I do like that really light pink though. It
it's
is
I
nice.
don't mind it. If I'm gonna do pink, I like that light pink better than our bright pink. The
Mhm.
old bright pink to me is like that's
Yeah.
like I told you, that's like 2008, 2000 and late.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That bright pink, my director, Cindy, or my Cindy tote that I got for making director.
I don't.
It's lovely in my closet.
I'm very proud of it.
I love
I'm
it.
super proud of
And
it, right?
exactly.
But I would
I worked hard
never,
for
I
that
would
bugger.
not be caught dead carrying that. Heather's gonna watch this and be like, so Shannon, they love I can't remember if Tammy loves pink or not. Oh, so really
I don't
quick,
know.
another thing that Bobby is doing, with the actual, and I'm going to post about this too, and you might have saw my post today. So just if this piqued anybody's curiosity, she actually does a booby challenge. So she posts
Booby.
the breast. I asked who's the breast cancer survivors. We're not dismissing if somebody says there's some other type of cancer that they're surviving, right? But like it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I can post, I can show you the wording. I'll post it. She's got the wording, the first message she sends, but basically like a teacher challenge. It's the same idea when it's all said and done. And she does it right in her customer group though. Like it's a big thing, you know, like it's a big, people vote, people not only order, but I think she's got like, I don't know if there was voting or I don't know what you were voting on, but I feel like she had good participation from everybody in the group, like rallying around it. I'm like, it makes sense. I mean, who's not going to rally about,
Yeah.
around 3, 5, 6,
Cancer.
7 women, right, so, and I think that she just focused on pink things with the ribbon on for them as extra gifts or just anything that was going to be cheerful for them as the top winner, right? Like just they're going to get some extra fun loving on with some stuff like that. So, but that doesn't mean the sky's the limit. I mean, you could still, if you wanted to do the Target gift card or you wanted to do there's lots of things you could do there with the pamper yourself, let them go to some spa for, top winner's going to get, there's lots of fun. There's lots of things you could do there. So, and you don't have to do something huge either. You also could just do a large utility tote with the ribbon on it. Pink, the pink one back behind you with a big bright pink would be, who wouldn't, I don't know, a cancer survivor usually that's not super proud of it and loves that. And, so.
Yeah.
So that's another part of it on top of chemo care bags. So there's going to be like 2 spins to that. That is probably going to be an event that I'm going to try to rally around. That, if I'm being honest, may or may not, because it's October 4th already, and I just listed a lot of things that may carry into November. Like I know it's October this month, like I want to get it out there, but I can't promise I can get that going right away. And we'll see. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll do my best, but deadlines don't necessarily have to be this month. Like we could try hard, but right.
I went all summer and finally
if they want that $1,000 party, then yeah, they're going to jump on, they're going to jump on the chemo care bags. The competition, if they want more parties, they're going to jump on it. But I think what I'm saying, there's no deadline for it, is like, I want to assure people that like, we can still drop off chemo care bags in December if you need to, you know what I mean? In January, right? Like I want them to, I kind of like to rally around that. Like, if you're doing it, do it, right? Keep at it. That's something that it's getting, close enough to the end of the year.
Always need them.
Yeah. Yes. And it's getting close enough. Exactly. It's getting close enough to the end of the year that you can hit businesses up and they will donate to this cause. They will, this is, if you're passionate about this and you really want to go in, you might not get it all in this month. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's my point that I want. Like, if you're really going to do this and you're not going to just post and pray,
Mhm.
it takes a little bit of time. Like that's the part, and I may go live and explain that. Like this takes, like when I've been successful with this, like I hit up businesses. I message my friends who are a manager or who work at a business or who know that they do a donation and they can talk to their boss, or you know what I mean? Like just that type of stuff. So, because that's a huge part of it. It really is to get a lot of them.
It's really nice too. I talked about them in my VIP group in my lives, and I have other direct sales gals that are in my VIP group, and I've had them donate like
Nice
perfectly
stuff
plush
for it.
stuff, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly, just to
Yep.
add to the goodies. So
So I may tap into
samples
you, maybe since we never did a live together, maybe that's a live we could try to do together when I get that going. If you want to make note of that, that you could talk about some of that stuff, what you did already with it in the summer. And then I can talk about things I've done in the past when we really did it as a team back in the day. And then I can also talk about the booby. I don't know what she called it now. Can't remember. Booby something. Because I always think it's funny when people actually use the booby, right?
I just right. You hear second base, the second base.
Can't think what it was,
Yes,
but
it's
anyways,
fast.
that cute, a challenge, right? The little challenge, anyways.
Yep.
Okay. And I do want that to get going sooner than later. I haven't even done I haven't posted October's training yet. I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.